So for today, I'm here with Andre Años, and we're gonna be talking about the Newman Systems Model by Betty Newman. But first, who is Betty Newman? Betty Newman is a nursing theorist who developed the Newman Systems Model in 1972. Adding to that, in 1970, Betty Newman designed a nursing conceptual model to expand students' understanding of client variables beyond the medical model. Her teaching programs at UCLA paved the way for developing her nursing model during those times. She did not write a book but made her concepts known to Joan Rilsiska and Callista Roy and incorporated them in their 1971 book named Conceptual Models for Nursing Practice.
To begin, let's look at the key concepts that classify the components of interest in nursing care. Betty Newman's nursing theory, or the Newman system models, include several key concepts that classify the components of interest in understanding and addressing patient care. The client system is the individual or group receiving care, viewed holistically with multiple interacting variables: physiological, psychological, sociocultural, developmental, and spiritual. Stressors are internal or external factors that can disrupt the stability of the client system. Lines of defense is a client's protective mechanisms that resist stressors and maintain stability. A reconstitution is the process of recovering stability after being disrupted by stressors. Prevention is nursing's action aimed to reducing or preventing the impact of stressors. Health and wellness, the goal is to promote the client's overall well-being through balanced functioning. Next, we'll discuss how Newman's model defines person, health, environment, and nursing. Person. In Newman's model, a person is viewed as a client system consisting of physiological, psychological, sociocultural, developmental, and spiritual factors. It represents an individual or group as a whole in dynamic entity. Whilst in the health, it is defined as a continuum of balance within a client system. Health can either be maintained or disrupted by internal or external stressors. Environment encompasses all the internal and external factors influencing the client system, including physical surroundings, social settings, and cultural influences. Then, nursing described as the process of assessing, intervening, and evaluating the client system to restore or maintain balance. Nurses focus on the interactions between the client and stressors, tailoring interventions to support health and well-being.
For the key statements and concepts in human story, some of these are pretty self-explanatory. We have client system, stressors, lines of defense. For client system, it's a dynamic and holistic entity that includes physiological, psychological, and social-cultural, developmental, and spiritual variables. For stressors, it is defined as any internal or external factors that have the potential to disrupt the stability of the client system. And for lines of defense, it includes the normal line of defense, which is the flexible line of defense, and lines of resistance, and all of which function to maintain or restore equilibrium in the client system. And we have reconstitution, health and environment, and nursing. Reconstitution is the process by which the client system returns to or achieves a new state of balance following a disruption by stressors. And for health, it's a continuum that represents the client system's state of equilibrium or balance, which can be influenced by various stressors. And for environment, it encompasses all internal and external factors that interact with the client system and can influence its stability and health. And for nursing, it involves assessing, intervening, and evaluating the patient's responses to stressors.
Now, let's talk about the types of definitions used in Newman's theory. Newman uses both theoretical and operational definitions. A theoretical definitions provide a broad conceptual understanding of a term. For example, stressors are defined theoretically as factors that disrupt the client's stability. An operational definition is more specific and measurable. For instance, a stressor could be a significant change in the client's environment, assessed through self-reported stress levels or physiological indicators. We'll discuss the relationship between terms, concepts, and theoretical assertions in Newman's model. Terms like client system and stressors provide the foundation. These terms form broader concepts such as how the client system integrates multiple variables like physiological, psychological, and etc. Theoretical assertions then describe how these concepts interact. For example, stressors can disrupt the lines of defense, leading to imbalance and the need for nursing interventions. This relationship creates a coherent framework for understanding patient care in practice. And that is all for our oral report for Newman System Model. Thank you for listening.